Namaskara, Shubhodaya. Good morning. Lovely to see you all on a Sunday morning, in fact. Dragged you all out of your beds, I guess. Happy that this many people have gathered here. And I'll be sharing my perspective towards this art form. When I say my perspective, I think it's good that I talk about my life journey and how I started this art form and how I met my husband and how the journey began as a dancer. So that covers up everything. Let's make this more of an interactive session. You all can always ask me questions in between. And it's always nice when an artist is questions, then, it becomes easy for us to interact as well. So my journey of dance began when I was really young, when my mother held me and took me to Bharatnatyam classes without the knowledge of my father, of course. Now he's very proud that his daughter is a well established Kathak dancer. If not for my mother, I wouldn't have been here. So those classes taught me a lot. Teachers now are much better, I can say. The whole technique of teaching, the whole approach of teaching is different now. But those days, thank you. But those days, it wasn't like that. My teacher would really beat us black and blue. So if we couldn't lift our leg up, to do the solkattu, they would have this wooden platform and the stick. So he would throw that on our leg. So that would come and hit us and, we would cry there. And in spite of the pain, you're not supposed to drop your leg down. So stand there as a punishment. So that is how we learned. So this journey of Bharatnatyam started on and off with, of course, with examination and a lot of things. And then at one point of the time, I met my husband, Hari. And that is where the journey of Kathak started. We enrolled for a Bharatnatyam workshop. But then we saw there was also Kathak. And then we went and asked the teacher, Didi, she's from Delhi. Didi, we want to explore Kathak. Is it okay? We are Bharatnatyam dancers. She looked at us and she said, itne lambe ho, aa jao. I said, okay, fine. So that 15 days of workshop changed the way I saw what Kathak was. And that workshop really made me fall in love with this art form, Kathak. And that is where my journey of dance in Kathak started. I'm also trained in, of course, Bharatnatyam, short while in Kuchipudi, and almost a year in Odissi, and very little bit, I can say, basics and understanding of ballet. And we have worked a lot with other dance forms, ballet, jazz, hip hop, lock and pop. So dancers of different community, different styles coming together. I'll show you a couple of slides, what we have done. So this is how my journey of dance began. There were a lot of ups and downs, a lot of learning wasn't easy. Finding a tutor was the most important and very, very difficult, because at that time there weren't a lot of Kathak teachers in Bangalore. So we had to travel to Delhi, we had to travel to Ahmedabad to learn. So our teacher, Kumudini Lakia ji, Padma Shri Kumudini Lakia ji, we had to travel to Ahmedabad to learn from her. Delhi, Gitanjali Lal, to learn from her. And fortunately, by God's grace, we found a good teacher in Bangalore. And that's where we started continuing our learning experience in Kathak. And Kathak is all about improvisation. You improvise, you learn and you improvise. That is a whole beautiful aspect of this art form. So you learn maybe a footwork or a abhinaya or a concept. There's always scope for a improvisation. You have a boundary which you really cannot cross, like Bharatnatyam and Kuchipudi and all. But Kathak isn't like that. It's more about what you feel about it and how you work with rhythms, you work with tal, you work with laya. So Kathak is about improvisation and what newness you can bring, what style you develop, what style you evolve. That is what the style Kathak really represents. So we had this freedom. We found this newfound freedom of, coming out of one art form into another, which gives you a complete freedom to explore what you want. So that the Kathak gave us. And we started making a lot of concepts, a lot of choreography, playing with tals, playing with laya, playing with concepts, playing with themes, lighting. Of course, for a art form, it's not just your dance. You need to understand light, sound, music, choreography, and everything. A lot of technical aspects are also involved. So we brought out a lot of productions and a lot of concepts. We traveled, worked with a lot of dancers in India and abroad. We're a part of Corzo Theatre in the Netherlands. That is where we met a very wonderful human being, Leo Sprexel. He's a Dutch choreographer, and we brought out a lot of choreographic works in the Netherlands. So we traveled there for about 7-8 years. Every year we would travel there, produce a lot of productions, Satyagraha and Ayush. Ayush was all about the Ayurveda, the Vata, Pitta, and Kapha. We are all made out of these three elements, the Vata and Pitta and Kapha. So the way we look, the way we speak, the way we are, it all depends on these three doshas. So we worked on those concepts. And Satyagraha was another very beautiful concept, which was about Bhagavad Gita. Yes, it's named Satyagraha, but the concept was about Bhagavad Gita. So we had Dutch singers singing Bhagavad Gita in the style opera style of singing. So I played the role of Arjuna there. So where I bring out the conflict of a human being, we always end up hurting our own people, whom we love the most. That's exactly what Arjuna did. The pain and the experience that Arjuna went through is what I showed in that piece, Satyagraha. And there were a lot of other dancers also. There were jazz dancers, there were contemporary dancers, there were Bharatnatyam dancers. So it was a very beautiful coming together of different dance styles as well as the music coming together. And there was Isha, another production, Isha, that we did on the positive, negative, yin, yang, Shiva, and Shakti concept. So in a very contemporary way, it is about our life, what we go through every day. Yes, no, why not? These battles. So we showed them all these concept of these battles. So like that, we did a lot of choreographies, and these choreographies, these travels, these experiences change the way we see or how we perceive this art form. We are not bounded. Traveling, performing, and working with other art forms gave us a very wide knowledge. As a classical dancer, we always had this, yes, you shouldn't be doing contemporary. You shouldn't be doing that, Now it is open with the social media. Now it is fine. People are experimenting and there is acceptance. But when we start, no. I had to leave Bharatnatyam because they would say, I can see glimpses of Bharatnatyam. Iski body to बहुत stiff hai. So all that was coming in. So critics were writing about us, those days. Now it's different. I regret leaving the art form Bharatnatyam. We were not allowed to explore other things. We had to stay in the tradition of one art form. So we had this good fortune of, like I said, to work with Mr. Leo Sprexel, artistic director. So he said, let us work on a contemporary concept, but of course, the material will be Kathak. So he said, you need to move your body a little different than Kathak, than what you're doing. We said, okay, fine. How do we do it? So he said, okay, fine. I'll give you an exercise. Do this. Imagine you have a ball. Roll it over your body and see it rolling. So I said, okay, fine. So he gave me a ball, not a real ball, imaginary ball, of course. He gave me a ball. So I took it and I saw it rolling all over my body. I said, yeah, I saw it. He started laughing and he said, "No, that is not how it is. Imagine that the ball is actually rolling all over your body and kick it up." So it's a very simple thing, not a very big thing, but for us to even understand and move our body in a way that it doesn't look classical was quite challenging at that time, which we didn't know that, so simple thing we couldn't do it because it's all in your mind, how you see the art form. So used to be in that boundary that, it took us a while to do even a small, simple thing like, imagining a ball around your body. It took us a while, maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes. And then later we realized, yes, of course, you can see dance in different perspective. So through that, he started training us in how to move your body a little different than what you're doing right now. So through these Kathak, the material of Kathak and the material of, I can say, contemporary movements, we brought out these productions in the Netherlands, which we toured across Europe, in different parts of Europe. So this changed our notion of how we see the art form. And we started evolving, creating different pieces. Like yesterday, we had a performance of our senior student, Sirisha. She started performing at the age of 6 years. So we conceptualized something called as Guzarish, her life journey. We use the medium of traditional Kathak repertoire, but weaving it through her life journey. We had different tals in Hindustani music, we have different tals like teen tal, dhamar, chautal, japtal. So we used dhamar, we used teen tal, and we used other traditional compositions to weave the life journey. It's not easy to bring in tradition and modern concept together, but we were successful yesterday in doing so. So how we understood all these, how we can weave things together is through our travel, is through the way we started seeing this art form in a different perspective. And of course, dance for me, I completely consider dance as a meditation in movement, a meditation in motion. So it is a meditation, it is a sadhana. We cannot just get up and dance. If you have to do a production, now I'm planning a production on Devi, different avatar of Devi. So this is a different emotion, different feeling of a woman. A Devi, we all, a part of the cosmic energy there. So if I have to bring out a concept on Devi, I have to really be prepared for it. My body, my mind should be ready for it to take a powerful concept like this. If I have to show the Kali, she is a powerful, like when we get angry with our spouses, especially, so that's exactly when we show our anger, But yes, when I have to talk about Kali, it is her real anger, the anger that she has to destroy the evil in this world. And I cannot open my eyes, look beautiful, make up nice, and then show Kali like this. No, it is not like that. You have to generate that energy that the audience, feel that power, feel that energy of a Kali. For that, I have to do sadhana, which my day begins with meditation in the morning, sattvic food, imagining the concept, taking the energy from the universe, pujas and chanting and all that. Only then it's possible for me to bring out that energy where I can make the audience experience it. Otherwise, it is not possible. So this dance actually is a sadhana. It is a meditation. It is a tapasya. So that is how we bring out concepts. Sometimes even, before we go on stage, we always do prayers. We do Reiki. We do healing to the stage. So before coming here also, I did Reiki. I did healing and I came. Because it needs a connection. You all come from a different background. I'm coming from a different background. And Sunday morning, It's a Sunday morning, it's a day of rest for you all. You're like here to be with me, converse with me. So that's a very nice thing. So for me to make you all understand how I perceive this art form is, it has to touch you all. It has to make you all understand the deep sense and deep feeling that I feel towards this art form. So this is dancing, walking, talking, meditation is what I feel the art form is. So I did a small PPT presentation, a basic about what this art form is. So the historical is, of course, the art form started with a bhakti movement. It started with the temples. It started with Devadasis. They started dancing. Actually, Kathak is all about katha or storytelling. Like in Karnataka, we have this Harikate. So it's the same way. You tell stories. So Kathak is all about telling stories about Ramayana, Mahabharata, and all the Ras Leelas of Krishna. So it started with the Bhakti movement, and with the Mughal invasion during the 16th century, they abolished all kind of practices, Bhakti practices. The Mughal invasion, so these dancers had to survive. Dancers were always surviving with the patronage of the kings and queens. So in order to survive, they evolved this art form. So the bhakti became more of lasya. Lasya is more about pure dance. So we have two aspects, nritta and nritya. Nritta is pure dance. Nritya is abhinaya, that is expression with a concept and the art form. So they had to evolve this art form in a different way, where namaskar became salam, where Krishna and Radha became pure dance, where Yashodha became Adai. So a lot of aspects, bhakti aspect turned into lasya aspect in order for the art form and the artist to survive. And the music, of course, for Kathak is in Hindustani. We have Carnatic and Hindustani. And Hindustani is the music for Kathak. And the instrument that we use in Kathak is pakhavaj, tabla. And string instrument is sarangi. We also have violin, santoor, sitar. These are the instruments that we use. And of course, harmonium for the bass, laya and tal. The ghungroos, as you can see, we wear 100 bells in each leg, sometimes 200 and 200, so it's 400. Now I'm wearing 100. And Karishma and their team, today we explored something very new and different. We've never done this. When we spoke in our place, we said, let's try this. This is the first time a mic is attached to my feet. We've never done this. We usually have a mic here, the bass mic, and is it on? Oh, yeah. This sounds good. We said, okay, let's try. It is their idea today to fix a mic on my feet so that I can use my feet freely. So yes, this is the ghungroo that we wear for Kathak because it's all about tal, laya, and how you hold the laya. See, laya is like our breath, how we breathe, the tempo of our breath. And tal is like a heartbeat. Dhat, 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 or dhat, 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 when we run fast or when we dance fast. So that is the rhythm part of it. And we have the costume that you can see. It's simple. We have anarkali and lehenga and angaraka. I'm wearing the anarkali style. And we have three gharanas or three styles. The Jaipur, Lucknow and Banaras Gharana. I practice the Lucknow Gharana. Jaipur Gharana is more of very powerful footwork, very, very powerful footwork and fast movements. These movements are still in its raw format, which is the most beautiful aspect of it. Lucknow Gharana is more stylized, more refined because of who brought it out to the world. Maharaji Birju Maharaj, of course, everybody is aware of it. Madhuri Dixit's tutor, he is. So he modified and brought out the Lucknow Gharana in a more stylized and more beautiful. And of course, Lucknow Gharana became famous because of Madhuri Dixit, Devdas, and the other couple of movies, because it's more stylized. And Banaras Gharana, again, is still in its raw format, which is strong footwork, like really, really strong footwork and traditional raw body movement. And the ornaments, Kundan jewelry is the ornaments that we wear. We also wear chapka. We have Kathak is the only dance form which has two religions. We also have Hindu and the Mughal. This is the only art form where we have two religions. Hindu religion, where we also speak about Ramayana, Mahabharata, Krishna, everything, and we also speak about Allah. So when we do the bhakti aspect, the Hindu aspect, we wear a lehenga and choli, the dupatta, ghungat and bindi and everything. But when we move to Tarana, Tarana is basically in Hindustani music, it's a way of singing. Tarana is a way of singing where the dancers adapted it because it sounded nice. And the Mughals loved the way the Tarana sounded. They adapted that into dance. So Tarana, we always, in a repertoire, we start with Vandana, we do Tal, we do Bhajan, we do Thumri. There is a repertoire, which I will come to it. And at the end, we finish with a Tarana. Tarana is always a very musical, very rhythmic composition where we, as dancers, we wear an anarkali like this. We remove the bindi, remove the flower, wear a chapka. Chapka is the ornament that they wear here, that one. Mangtika, what they say Mangtika over here. Chapka, which has a Mughal influence, which we got it through the Mughal influence. So we wear that and we show Tarana, which will be typical. The music will sound more of a Sufi element. It will have always a Sufi element, and the feel is more of a Mughal. So that is the aspect. I spoke about Nritta, pure dance, and Nritya with Abhinaya. Yes, and that is us. I think when I say about boundaries, it's also our upbringing, what we are taught by our parents, by a community, by the society, what to do, what not to do, how to sit as a woman, how to sit, how to stand, how to talk, how to behave yourself. So the boundaries starts from there. And then, of course, when we go to our teachers to learn from our teachers, we surrender ourselves. And what they give is the knowledge. We consider that very sacred. So they will have certain things what they have inherited from their teachers and gurus. So we believe and we always see that we stay in their teaching. So I can say even that is a part of being a boundary. And I think our culture that we come from, different culture that we come from, we're always, there is always restrictions of what to do and what to not do, how to think and because every day in the morning we're taught to get up and see the God's face first. And then, I follow this, depending on which side of your nostril you can breathe easily, you have to keep your foot down. So that day will be good, according to you, if you believe that. In Ayurveda, this is all taught in Ayurveda. So when we go back to our lifestyle, yoga, Ayurveda, when we believe in this, there are norms, there are good, bad, what to do, what not to do. So when we follow all these, there are certain things, certain restrictions, what to do and what not to do. Like I said, it comes from our upbringing. So these create a boundary that, sometimes we cannot think beyond. So for me, according to that is boundary. And of course, with our teachers and with our learning experiences, there are certain things that we are not supposed to cross, but it is okay now. It is fine. We are able to cross boundaries in the limitation of our tradition and the art form that we practice. And if the concept is convincing, and if it is applicable to the society, and if it is making a difference, and if you're portraying what you really want to, yes, you can then cross over the boundary. Like I said, Kathak is all about improvisation. So we do have freedom. What the concept requires, like I said, we also used contemporary movement. When I say contemporary, not like as in real contemporary that we see in the West, but a little adaptation of contemporary movement that our bodies are able to move. So, like this, there are other productions of Ayush and Isha that we've used contemporary movements. So, we have pushed our boundaries a little ahead and used contemporary movements, used contemporary concepts. And we're not the only one. I mean, we've had a lot of dancers previously who has brought in contemporary concepts in classical art form. They have done it. They have done it. So now there is not much of a restrictions. People are open. The world is open to seeing new things. And like I said, Kathak is all about improvisation, and we do have the freedom to improvise. It is also your, how do you say, your experiments. You can also experiment, like dha, dhin, dha, dhin. You can bring in different accents in particular movements. You can bring in different feeling of particular movement. So we can include Kathak and dha and bring in different feeling. Whatever the concept is required, it is possible. We can do it. Oh my God, ask all our dancers. Sirisha had fractured a leg. She's not healed yet. And she danced the whole Margam. There are a lot of instances that has happened to me. I was in the hospital 2-3 days back, admitted in the hospital. My BP fell low. I was administered IV. And Karishma and the team were really worried whether I would really come today. I was not in a position. That is why I'm sitting, in fact. Sorry. I'm still exhausted and tired with that. But yes, as dancers, our body is our temple. We have to take care of it. We face a lot of challenge because dancing for an hour on stage takes a lot of energy. So you have to practice your breath control. We have to practice breathing, yoga, meditation, and of course, gym is a very essential part of our routine. So I couldn't go to the gym because of what happened to me. But otherwise, yes, I work out and I practice breathing. I practice meditation. I practice Reiki. I practice a lot of things to keep the balance, to keep the chakras aligned. So we have to do a lot before this is the final part. What you see us on stage is the final part. Your body goes through a lot before you see us on stage. So you have to treat your body. Good nutrition, good exercise, a lot of water intake, supplements, and a lot of things. And main, very, very important is your mind, body, soul connection and your breath control. We have to work on our breath control. So pranayam is very essential for us, which we practice to understand. And that is how we take care of it. And yes, even I've had fractures with my leg. And in the span of 28 days, I removed the bandage. I said, I can't sit at home anymore. And I went and danced. And there has been so many instances that, I was in the hospital previous day, next day I'm on stage dancing. And a lot of challenges. Yes, we as dancers go through a lot of health issues, a lot of health challenges. But ultimately, people want to see you on stage, It is something, the stage gives us a lot of happiness. For me, stage is a freedom. I experience a lot of freedom from a lot of things from my life or my experience on stage. So I think being on stage is the most ultimate bliss, I can say, for me. Well, the color red is in our blood. So that's the favorite color first. The color is there here to protect our, third eye. So the color red is there in us. And of course, visually, the color red looks very beautiful on stage. What is applicable on stage, what looks beautiful, we choose. We also have other colors. Yeah, you saw me with the color red and you're seeing me with the color red. So probably, no, we do, of course, my husband and myself, we design a lot of costumes with different colors. So what is applicable on stage, what is applicable for the concept or for the choreography, we design the costumes accordingly. And we've used different colors, whites, greens, and other colors are also used. I think red is, because it runs in our blood, so I think that's our favorite color. Yes, there is. There is. See, every dancer, after their process of learning, they evolve their own style. So, if you see any dancers, be it Bharatanatyam, Kathak, or other art forms, every dancer has their own style. So, especially in Kathak, like I always am speaking about improvisation, every dancer improvises and they bring out their own style and their own concept. Our feeling, whatever we feel about a movement, so we bring in that style, that feel into the movement, that feel into the concept, that feel into the tal. So every dancer or every artist who's learning, they bring in their essence. So yes, every dancer will have their own chap of their style or their way of bringing it out. Yes. And of course, we have done a lot of experiments, and there is slight difference in what and how we present our performances. It depends on our face, how we want to highlight. There's nothing like Bharatanatyam or Kathak. And in Kathak, we have a slight difference in the way we draw our eyes. That is it. Otherwise, it's the same. It's the same for Kathak and Bharatanatyam. I think Kathak is a little lighter, but it's almost the same for all the art form. Maybe small changes like the way they keep their bindi and the way they draw the eyes in ODC and other art form may differ, but it's almost the same. Quality of the makeup, the stuff that we buy differs, I guess. Kathak is from the north. Bharatanatyam is from the south. And in Bharatanatyam, we have something called as the half-sitting position called as Aramandi. And in Kathak, we don't sit. We stand straight and we dance. And of course, the music differs. Carnatic music for Bharatanatyam and Hindustani for Kathak. So that is a very major difference. And the language of Kathak is Brij Bhasha and Hindi. And of course, Sanskrit being the main for both any art form. Sanskrit also. So major difference is the way we dress and the whole form of the art form, the way we sit or stand. Bharatanatyam, Aramandi and Kathak, it is not there. Abhinaya is the same because it's how you express. Expression is the same. Like we have the book called Natya Shastra, that is what we follow. The book for all the art form is the same, Natya Shastra. This is the fifth Veda that we follow. And Natya Shastra, the book of dance, is the same for everything, for all the art forms. So we follow that book, and Abhinaya is the same for all the art form. Yes, Kathak has, I cannot say Kathak is mild, no, but maybe not as loud as Bharatanatyam and thing. But when you have to express the way it has to be felt. When you are showing Krishna, you have to show Krishna the way, be it Bharatanatyam, Kathak or any other art form. So expression remains the same for them. It's the feeling. So Abhinaya cannot be taught or it can't be learned, it can't be produced. It is only felt. So what you feel comes out. We have performed for very traditional audience where they only want to see traditional, the art form being in its most traditional, brought out in the most traditional way. And we have also seen audience like this. So the journey is vast. So we've seen different kinds of audience. We've danced for people who have no idea about. Initially, when we started performing outside, everybody would ask. The first thing is, your Kathakali was very nice. Okay. Then we always had to correct them. This is not Kathakali. Kathakali is from Kerala. This is Kathak. Stop right there. Kathak. Don't say Kali. Kathak only. And this is from North India. So we had to give them a knowledge of where Kathak actually came from when we started. Now, of course, everybody is aware of this art form because of, thanks, I can say, to Bollywood, that the awareness of Kathak is by and large right now. But at that time, they would say, Kathakali was very good. Yes, so we have seen audience like that. And as time has progressed, there's a lot of awareness about this art form. And there's a lot of acceptance. So we've seen audience like that, and we've seen audience like this. Yeah, it's a lovely journey to have met so many people with knowledge, without knowledge, explaining. To give them a better brief view about this art form, we always do a demonstration. Tell them beforehand what we're presenting and with its origin, where exactly this art form has come from. So we give them a preview of all that and then we perform. Yeah. Like I always feel it's a karmic connection. Today you're like here, I'm here. Probably we are connected somewhere in some birth. That's why we're here together. So dance especially is a karmic connection. And I always tell my students, don't tell that I'm learning this art form. This art form has come to you. Only when you're destined, it will come searching and it will come to you. Only then. So I feel dance is like a prasadam. You offer yourself, and this art form comes to you like a prasadam. What do you offer yourself? You offer your ego, you offer your everything, that's stopping you, your boundaries, you have to break open. And then you offer your ego, this dance will come like a prasadam. So I always tell my students, don't be proud you're learning this art form. No, not at all. Because you're destined, because you did some good karmas in your previous birth, that this art form has come. It has come to you. That is because we don't dance on traditional Kathak, we dance on divine aspects. Rama and Vishnu, the goddess, god and goddesses. So these mantras and chantings, they create an energy within you. And of course, we're all aware, all these mantras and chantings, definitely, be it anything, they all have a universal connection. So these, if you are body, mind and soul ready to take in these energies, only then it will come to you. So I feel dance is like a prasadam that has come to us. So we have to surrender and always be grateful and loyal to this art form. It is not to be proud of, it is to be submissive into this art form. And then only the art form will give you all the complete, more than happiness, it is bliss. You'll be in your own world, a different world that, you don't need anything outside to make you all happy, because it will make you understand what is actual happiness, what is actual anandam, as we say, experiencing anandam is, I think, only art can give us. So this piece, we'll be showing a small piece called Jugalbandi. It is coming together of the percussion instruments that I was talking about, tabla and pakhavaj, and Kathak coming together. You'll see a lot of use of our footwork. I'm excited because of the mic that they've, newly experimented. Let's see how it comes out today. Sirisha and Sneha and myself will be presenting the short piece. It's called as Jugalbandi, coming together of rhythms, movement, and the tal that we produced with our feet.
We now present a Jugalbandi, the rhythmic dialogue between the percussionist and the dancer.
दिन तकिट गड़गदाम तक दिन तकिट तक दिन तकिट तक दिन तकिट तक दिन तकिट तक तकिट तक तकिट गड़गदाम गड़गदाम तक दिन तकिट तक दिन तकिट तक तकिट तक तकिट गड़गदाम गड़गदाम तक दिन तकिट तक तकिट 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 गड़गदाम तक दिन तकिट तक दिन तकिट तक दिन तकिट तकिट दिकिट तकिट तकिट दिकिट तक तकिट तक तकिट तक तकिट तक दिन तक दिन तक दिन तकिट 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 तक 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 तकिट दान तकिट दान तकिट दान दिन दातर गड़तक 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 दा दिन दातर गड़तक 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 दा दिन दातर गड़तक दातर गड़तक दातर गड़तक दा दिन दातर गड़तक दातर गड़तक दातर गड़तक दा दिन दातर गड़तक दा दिन दातर गड़तक दा दिन दातर गड़तक दा दिन दातर गड़तक दा 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 गड़तक दा